Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of FsPassengers with name you heard 37. So our last flight, we ended up at the Cayman Islands, over at the Grand Cayman Island, and in this episode we are going to be going over to Kingston, Jamaica. So it's MWCR to MKJP. Those are the ICAO codes. And here is the chart for Kingston, and the way we're going to come in, we're coming in over from the northwest. So we're going to come over here to Morag, and we're going to be at 4,000 feet, then down to 3,000 feet at Batul, or however you want to say that, Batul, and then down to, let's see, stay at 3,000 feet at Wasat, then down to 2,000 feet at Avril, and then down to the runway, which I believe is a heading of 297 degrees. And I've actually put this in here over at Flight Sim Commander, and I just started up FSX, and I was able to put it in this way. So we won't have to select anything from the FMC. We'll just come in on that approach right there. So with that, let's go ahead and move on over to the plane. Alright everybody, here we are at the plane, Grand Cayman Islands. There's a lot more, well, I should say a lot more planes here than last time. Got another Dash 8. Still got that plane over here. Of course, over at the Jetways. So it's like a full house here. Very, very nice. Heck, we don't have a lot of planes other places. You come down to the Grand Cayman, and man, there's all kinds of planes. The thing is full. It's awesome. So our parking brake is on. So we can go ahead and go over to FsPassengers and get this thing going. Put our Ford Peeps. That's 250 or so miles. So we can probably put it at like 50% fuel. That should be more than enough. Get full passengers. We should be able to get full of people as well. Or full cargo. Yeah, it's only 92%. So we'll take that. In fact, I almost could say, let's put in a little bit more fuel. Because why not? We could actually go a little bit faster. We won't have to worry too much about fuel economy. Which makes it faster. Which is always nice. 60% is what we actually used last time, but we couldn't get full cargo last time. I guess we had some fatties for passengers. I don't know. Must have been. That's the only thing that would change. Alright. Type is normal flight. Set destination is, if I remember, MKJP. Yeah, Norman Manley International, Jamaica.
Destination set.
Alright, load it up immediately. Make sure I got our peeps.
Check hand setting.
Yeah, it kind of sucks that we have to land on runway 30, though. There's ILS for 12, but the wind is not good. Alright, so everybody can put their belts on. Get out these procedures. Landing gear control is down. Avionics master switch. Put that on start. We'll say that all the radios and everything are good. Ignition switch goes to auto or off. We'll go ahead and just put on auto. Alright, so the starter switch is off. It is off. Source selector. Battery GPU. We'll just go over to the GPU. Authorization for engine starting. We'll say that we've got it. Don't care about the oxygen or the masks. Over to the next page. Fuel. I didn't look at the fuel again. I need to start remembering to look at the exact gallons that we're using, but it should be right. 90 and 90. That's what it was on the last one. So which we used 60% against. So that's correct. Alright, so the tank selector, over here, after right, we'll put on right, and then let's go back up top, and the fuel selector switch goes to auto. And the warning about it not being in auto should be off. I don't see any warnings, so that's good. Okay, we don't want to put on the strobe lights. Let's go up top, and let's put on our pulse system. I guess that's what this is for. And nav lights, just so we have them on, so our external lights are good. Alright, so electronic power panel, source selector. I guess we need to now put on battery. So I'll move that down. Let's look at the voltage. It needs to be around 24.5. We're at 27.7, so that's good. Never see that change. Manual override control switch is off, notched, which is good. Power lever is at idle. And the prop governor lever needs to be at max RPM. Condition lever is in cutoff. Flaps are up. Fuel panel, let's go back up. Auxiliary boost pump switch needs to be on. And there should be a warning about the boost pump being on. You can see it right there, auxiliary boost pump switch is on. So that's right. And about the fuel pressure warning is off. I don't see any fuel pressure warnings, so that should be good. Prop area is clear, so we're going to go ahead and start this thing up. Ignition switch needs to be an auto. It is an auto. So we're ready to start her up here. Let's get a better view over here. Although it's, like I say, it's around 13, but and we can't seem to get up to 13. We get up to like 10 and 11 before she tries to restart, so I'll just go ahead and give her some fuel. We're right there at 25%, that'll be good. Alright, so it looks like everything is started up good. There's no warnings about the oil pressure. Everything looks good. So skip over a couple pages since we have a good start. And these procedures are so many pages to them. By the way, I want to go up here to the top. It doesn't say to turn off the starter, but I always turn off the starter. Get that off. These warnings off. Condition lever. Now we can go ahead and put that in high idle. Instruments. Let's check everything out. The oil pressure, oil temperature, and everything. See, pressure and temperature are both good. NG should be around 69%, give or take 2%. It is, so that's good. Let's see. We need to go up top. And we need to turn on the generator and the fuel panel. Auxiliary boost pump switch goes to auto, and now that warning about that has gone off. And ammeter, we need to check our voltage area, everything. Around 28 volts it is. That's good. Still, we get this weird number with the battery on the amps. It's always 0. I don't know why exactly. But that all checks out. That is the end of that procedure. So let's go ahead and holler. I'm pretty sure they're going to have us take off on runway, what was it? Runway 8? I can't remember. We're going off to the east.
Owen Roberts ground, Mike Victor 740, ready to taxi, east departure. Mike Victor 740, taxi to and hold short of runway 8 using taxiway Alpha, runway 8, contact tower on 118.0 when ready.
Alright, man, my note card got blown to the ground. I had to go pick that thing up. So acknowledge the taxi clearance.
Hold short runway 8 using taxiway Alpha, runway 8, Mike Victor 740.
And we'll put these procedures away. Get out our taxi procedures. Alright. We don't need that. We'll go ahead and we'll flip on our taxi light. Intercept needs to come on. By the way, it never has you, I don't think, put that on, but I want to get that and make sure we bring everything up so everything looks good. Alright, passenger briefing, we don't really care about all that. Alright, let me bring up the yoke. And I think we're ready to taxi. Yeah, everything looks good here. I'm going to go ahead and taxi over to the runway. So the parking brake is off. We might be able to take off from right here. Yeah, should be able to do it. Although this thing doesn't seem to take off as quickly as some of our other planes. I've noticed that a lot. I don't know, we can hold in the brakes a little bit, maybe that'll help a little bit. Yeah, she doesn't seem to get up quite as quickly as some of our other planes. I don't know exactly why. I think that it might have something more to do with me, because It usually does get up pretty quick. Or should get up, I should say, pretty quick. It just doesn't for us. Make sure we get over to the runway. If you cut it off too soon, she won't get there. We'll go ahead and stop right here. Yeah, let me go ahead and put on the parking brake. Alright, flight instruments. Everything looks good so far. By the way, we're going to go up to 20,000, so I'm going to go ahead and set that to 20,000. The heading for the runway is 080. Whoops, wrong way. So I'll set this to 080. Hit CDI. Alright, so everything looks good right there. Cabin pressurization control panel. I don't even know why I mess with this. I can never get it to work. I'll just leave it. I don't know. I just don't understand it. Stupid thing. Parking brake is set. Condition lever is in high idle. Let me just check one thing. Alright, condition lever is in high idle. NG should be around 69%, give or take 2. We're at 70, so that's good. Prop governor lever. Just feather it twice. Now back to max RPM. Flaps go to takeoff, so we'll hit that. De-icing system, we're not going to worry about that. The runway is in good condition and everything, so inert SEP can come off. Windshield heat, we're not going to mess with all the that. We're going to turn on the pitot heat, as you can see, and the warning came off as we turn that on. Flight controls, check our deflections and everything. Everything looks good. Rudder pedals good. Alright, next page. Let's go ahead and before I get to the tower, we'll do a little bit more. Fuel, let's check the gauges and the symmetry. The symmetry looks good. It should be about 90 each, and it looks like that is about 90 each, so that's pretty good. 8 gallons each. Fuel selector switch. Let's check it again, make sure it is an auto. It is. Auxiliary boost pump fuel switch is an auto. It is an auto. So everything looks good. Altimeter setting, I'm going to just go ahead and click the reset. That's good. Altitude select, I've already put it at 20,000. Battery charge less than 50 amps. Well, ours is like at 0, so that's got to be good. So let's make sure that they can give us clearance to get on here. Take off. So get on the runway.
Ready for east departure at runway 8. Mike Victor 740, clear for takeoff. Runway 8 departure to the east approved.
Alright, we'll acknowledge that and come up top. Landing lights, strobe light on. Let's get on the runway. Park brake is off. I'm going to leave the bleeds off until we take off. And when we're climbing, I'll turn the bleeds to auto. But I'm just going to make sure they're off right now. We'll get lined up and do our last testing and everything, and we should be good to go. I went out too far. I was trying to go a little out a little further, I guess, with my speed. Did pretty crappy job. Now I'm over to the left. That's never good. Alright. Still not that good with taxiing this plane. Put the parking brake back on. We gotta do our last tests. Horizon, HSI, everything looks good. Altimeter setting, we've already checked that again. Landing lights are on. Engine instruments are good. CAS, all the messages should be off except inert SEP on. If you're using it, we're not. Ignition on if you use, we're not. But so we have the air bleeds. I was just going to leave the bleeds on off. I'll go ahead and turn them on. It never actually says where you do that, but alright. We need to get down here. We need to do our propo speed governor test, in which we increase the power to, or prop speed, I should say, 1900 RPM. Now she comes back down. It's hard to get it like right at 1900 because it'll come racing up but then go back down a little bit. So, you know, she'll come racing up, but then she'll race right back down, and you gotta have it steady when you do this. Alright, so let's say 1939, and she's come down a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the propo speed, and it should decrease by 250, or from 50 to 250, so that's good. Release, and it comes back up, increases by a minimum of 50, and it did. Alright. So let's bring that power back down. Alright, now we are good to take off. I'm going to go ahead and bring my yoke back. Parking brake is coming off. Like I said, I'm going to hold on the brakes for a second. Alright, off the brakes. I kind of pumped them there at the last second. Get our speed up. We're off to the left, man. Torque is set. RPMs are set. Very good. I'm trying to hold her on that line, man. She wants to go real left on me. I'm trying to hold her. Alright, we can go ahead and get up. Rotate. Positive rate. Gears coming up. Alright, we can go ahead and retract the flaps. We have a good airspeed. Everything is very good. Trying to look at the scenery. We got some trees over there. I thought for a second maybe they're in the water, but maybe that's just because of the angle that we're looking at it. Yeah, now it all looks good. Alright, so let's head over to the right. To the south. Oh man, that's going to be some cool looking scenery. I really want to see the scenery. AP trims on, because I want to look at the scenery. Navigation, vertical speed. We increase our vertical speed a little bit. Shouldn't engage it already, but I want to see the scenery. I love like the red clay tile roofs and everything. I love that. Such a cool area, Grand Cayman Islands, any of the Cayman Islands, really. Everywhere is why that's where the rich people store their money. Oh well. Oh well, as far as I'm concerned. Now, the climb is not the same as we're climbing higher than we should be, where I've set it. Now, I do have the vertical speed set. There she's coming back down. It said I had it at 2,000, but I don't. That's actually saying where it's at. Why is it not... Fucking A. I didn't hit the autopilot. Idiot. You do some stupid things, and now that's why we were kept turning. Idiot. I do some stupid shit sometimes. That's exactly what I did. I did see something, flaps up, and only when flaps up are confirmed, now we can actually go ahead and move the flaps to 850. Because I was thinking about that last night, I couldn't see where that was. Now I can see it. That it actually is there. I'm going to turn the taxi light off. Well, I guess we just saw some extra scenery a little over time. Because I hit the yaw damper, did not hit autopilot. Idiot. How do you do something like that? I don't know. I managed to do it. I'm lucky we didn't crash due to something so stupid. Now it may take a little longer. Time, hour and 26 minutes at this speed. And we are cooking, by the way. We're only under 4,000 feet. Because of all that. It looks like it was at 209, 220, no, 279. 279 miles. So let's put our heading over here. I believe it's 114 is the desired. Yeah, 114. I gotta come back over to the line. I can't believe I did that. Hit yaw damper, but not autopilot. I even turned on the autopilot trims. Right? They're on, yeah. How did I do that? I don't know. So at the verticals, I was saying, I don't understand why we're climbing so much higher than I've said it. Well, that's why. You're an idiot. Alright, you can actually move this down. So when you put it up to the 850, it actually it brings up the power so much. See, I'm trying to get the torque back to 100%. It's just this really touchy. Still can't quite get it to 100, but maybe we can keep it at 100 as well. Go a little bit faster, because like I said, I always worry about the fuel, but we've got tons and tons of fuel now. All right, come up on 6,000 feet. All the scenery's gone. Out in the middle of the ocean. Here in the Caribbean. So I'll go ahead and speed her on up, everyone, and be back in just a little bit.
After 10,000 feet, Captain. Transition altitude, Captain. Lost transition altitude, Captain. Descending below 10,000 feet, Captain.
Alright, everybody, slowing her down here. We just crossed 7,000 feet. We want to be at 4,000 at Morag, which is just over 14 miles from here. Smarter descent. The flaps do go up as soon as you start your descent. Not in the last flight, I couldn't remember where you put, when you put your flaps to 850 and when you bring them out, and actually in this flight we did it correctly. They are in the procedure, you just gotta see it. Altimeter setting, I just reset it. Altitude select, I've got it at 4,000. Cabin pressure control, everything is good now. When we cruise, it blinks at me because it's screwed up, because I don't know perfectly how to do it. De-icing system, I'm not worried about that. Fuel, it's not switching itself anymore. I've had to do that. It worked pretty good in the last flight. I don't know why it switched. They're not really working again. But we're not actually, well, we're on the fullest tank as soon as we've descended, on the left tank. Is it on the left tank still, or is it moved over to the right? Right tank is a little bit on the fuller side, so we might have to switch that to the left here in a little bit, but not yet. Alright, so the next is on long final. We're not on long final yet, so we won't worry about that just now. Yeah, we want to be at 4,000 feet at Morag, then we go down and we want to be at 3,000 at Botul and Wasat both, then 2,000 at Evrel, and then down to the runway. Which I didn't know, the runway is actually on a little sliver of land here. I don't know what is that maybe the old, was there an old one maybe? It's on beyond that, I don't know. Find that kind of interesting. Yeah, we flew here a lot quicker as well. We're pushing the speed pretty good. So I'm pretty happy with that. We've got tons and tons of fuel. We're just 6.5 out with about 1,000 to go. Hit my altimeters again. So we should be pretty close and hitting 4,000 at the right time. Not that it's hugely important. Can't really see the airport off our left wing. So at 100%, I forgot to tell them that they can take their belts off during the cruise. Oh well, they didn't seem to mind. It was a kind of a short flight, 200 and some miles. 500 feet to go. We'll be over to Evrel. I can't remember the heading for, or not Evrel, over to Botul. We could have come in straight over to Batul. There was another one that was actually further out here, and I decided there's no reason to go out even further to it. We're still at 213 knots, coming down to 212s. Like I said, we've been flying pretty quick. That's why I liked having all the extra fuel. So 053 is what it's saying. I had to mute my mic for a second. Still fighting that stupid cold, and we are at 4,000 feet. So now we can go down to 3,000 feet. We got 8 miles to get there. Although we're going to be at 3,000 at Wasat as well. So it's not like we have to be in a huge hurry to get down there. Like I said, then 2,000 at Avril. Just barely below the clouds. Seems like a low ceiling. It did say that the winds were pretty brisk over here at the airport. In fact, it sucks that it's coming in at that direction. We have to land on runway 30. Runway 12 has the ILS, but the wind was coming directly over the opposite direction. So I don't know if it's stormy. It didn't show it stormy, but it did show a lot of wind. You can see there's a ton of cloud cover here. Be surprised that it is so windy. Hit my mic again. It's getting annoying. I believe Wasat is something like, I want to say 8 miles, but actually I think Wasat from the airport is further, because this is 50 miles, so it's going to be a little bit further than that. Can't really remember. I can't remember if it's 50 miles away from this, from me, 50 miles and 50 miles in each direction, or if it's like 50 miles on the whole screen. I can't ever remember that. We're actually in the clouds, not quite below them. It seems like a low ceiling, isn't it? 3,000 feet and still in the daggone clouds. Bring now to 029. And once we hit Wasat, we'll be doing, I believe it's 297 straight in. But I like having go ahead and go into FSX and put this in. It's so much better, man. So much better. And having to come down here and hope you hit the right procedure and everything, approach. Now we know we're flying the correct approach and everything, so I like that a lot better. Getting close, just 2.7 from Wasat. Yeah, and we're still in the clouds. Do not see the airport. Is the airport's, if it's on that little strip of landing, I was just over there. I thought we had been to Kingston before, but I think I've got that confused. I think we always went to Freeport and Air Hauler and stuff. I don't think we've ever actually been to Kingston. So this will be our first flight to Kingston, which is pretty cool. Alright, it says 299. I'm going to put this to 297. We're going to be 7 out from Wasat. So I'm going to go ahead and reset the altimeter. Let's check our fuel symmetry. The right tank is a little bit fuller, so we're still on the right tank, which is good. Alright, and for our long final, under 200 knots, we can go ahead. By the way, we need to get down to 2,000 now. Below 200 knots, we can turn the inert SEP on. Propeller lever, back up to full max RPM. It says under 178 knots to put down the landing gear. I don't believe in that. We're too far out for landing gear, to be quite honest. I think we're gonna have to ascend slightly quicker. It's just 3.7 to a real. Let's start bringing our speed down a little bit. There she is. I can't tell if we're on the glide slope or not. I guess I'm gonna pull back on the power just a little bit more. We do need to descend a little slightly quicker. Let's go ahead and switch this over to heading. We're off to the right a little bit. Let's let this go down to 0. We're about to get high, so I'm going to descend a little bit quicker until we get our speed down. Although if we slow down too much, we'll probably get a little on the low side. It looks like we're right on it right now. Everything looks good. Let's bring down that speed more. Our approach speed will be about 85 knots. I kind of want to put the gear down where we're a little high. Send a little bit quicker. I'm gonna put the gear down. Just seems like we're a little far out for that, but we're about good now. Alright, we're on the glide slope. And as we slow down, give it just a little more power. We're well off to the left, so let's get back over. Gears coming down, flaps are going to takeoff. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the autopilot off. Yaw damper, you go off. Reset my view. Alright. Things get a little crazy when you have to do that real quick. Getting a little low here. Flaps are going to full for landing. I'm increasing the power just a little bit. Gotta fight that ballooning effect. Speed is still coming down. Obviously, I kind of like being a little high, although we don't want to be too high. Everything is looking good so far. We're slightly high. So I feel like if we go down any further, we're going to be too low. Increasing the power just a little bit. Yeah, see? Now we're back on it. Alright, everything looks pretty good. We're a little off to the left. Bringing back the power. keep her on the line. Seemed like a pretty good landing. Keep it off the brakes and everything. Now we'll have to start pumping them a little bit. We want to hit this taxiway. Because the brakes on this thing don't seem to work very well. You see, we're not slowing down all that great until we actually turn. Alright, we're going to stop right here. Alright, strobe can come off. Landing lights can also come off. In fact, I'm going to hit the parking brake here for just a second so I can look at the rest of the procedures to see exactly what she wants. Alright, let me turn the flight director off. Alright, actually, well, I guess we got to do that. It actually wants the other procedures. I wish I would have known how to add them ready. Alright, runway clear, the airplane is stopped, the de-icing, everything come off, although we don't use any of that. Prop de-ice off, inert SEP is still on actually. Pitot heat we can turn off. Kind of surprised it says inert SEP needs to be on. Bleed switch as required, we're going to just leave that in auto. Transponder goes to standby. I never mess with that much. Transponder is on. I don't know exactly how to get it to be. See, I can put it on like VFR, but I don't know how exactly you put it into standby there. Yeah, I don't really know. That's why I don't mess with that too much. Let's see. Flaps, we'll go ahead and retract. The strobes are off. The landing lights are off. Taxi light is on. Oxygen, we obviously don't mess with. Alright, and the next will go down to shutdown. Parking brake is off. Let's stop that as well. Alright, let's taxi on over to the gates. Parking, whatever we end up at. One of them. Beautiful Kingston. Man, I wish I don't think I have scenery for this, but I bet that's bitchin' over there. It looks beautiful from what I can see. It looks, all this scenery looks freaking fantastic, man. Down in the Caribbean, gotta love that. Whoa, girl, how are you going so far to the left like that? I don't understand. I don't know why I have such a problem taxiing this plane. It's really hard to go straight on the taxi. Oh, we got some cool planes over there on the left. That looks kind of like a 747. I thought I saw two engines there per side. I like some of the liveries that I see from these areas too. Let me come over here. Look, that multicolored over there, I love that. Just slow down. Love that. Yeah, it's not a 747. I thought I saw two engines on it, but no. You must have been mistaken. Let me stop here for a second. I'm not sure. Is that like Air Jamaica? Sorry about stopping, but I kind of want to take a look at that. Seems like my mic is getting further and further away too. I do believe that is Air Jamaica. By the way, I don't know where the hell we're supposed to park. Oh, sweet! We got another plane coming in. Southwest? American? American. Very cool. Yeah, Air Jamaica. I like that livery. I don't know why. It should kind of be ugly, but I like it. Alright, so I think our parking is going to be on the other side here. Hopefully there's a way in right there. I would imagine there is. Alright, let's go on over. See if we can find it. That was a pretty good landing. And by the way, I looked at the last video of FsPassengers, and it didn't seem like we came down. I thought we came down pretty hard and bounced. It didn't. I don't know why we bounced. It looked actually pretty daggone good. So I'm a bit confused by that. Alright, I don't think we take this one. I think we take the taxi line down at the end. The furthest one away. That might be this one. Oh, is it this one? No. Well, there's no jetway, so we can park here. I don't feel bad parking here. I just didn't want to park it like a jetway, because that seems odd when you do. Very nice. Alright, so let's stop right here. The parking brake comes on. Taxi light goes off. Now we'll go back to the procedures. So, condition lever, check high idle, it is. Power lever, idle for 1 minute, alright. Taxi light comes off. AP trims master switch off. So maybe I should leave that on until then. I just thought I should take it off when I turned the autopilot off. Avionics master switch goes to start. ECS panel bleed switch goes off. Let's turn off bleeds. Nice, the bleeder is off. Check for cabin depressurization. I don't worry about that. Take that off. Air conditioning. Let's turn all the air conditioning off. Air conditioning, you go all the way off. Alright, propeller governor lever. Feather for 15 seconds. Yeah, just kind of waiting. Alright, that's about 15 seconds right there. May not have been a minute, but we'll still cut it off. Alright, inert SEP, you go off now. Avionics master switch goes all the way off. External lights, all of the external lights can go off. Now, and by the way, since everything's stopped, let me go ahead and let them out. Let them on out. Watch the propeller, you idiots. Interior lights panel, all the switches are already off. Fuel auxiliary boost pump switch goes off. Fuel selector switch goes to manual. And tank selector goes off. So we'll turn that off. Generator selector goes off. Actually, we'll just hit the crash gate. Just turn all that off. Alright, just waiting for them to get off. They're at 97% now. Alright, they're out. You can hear that? Is that American out there? Yep. Cool. That's actually pretty quick. Alright, so FsPassengers will go ahead and end this flight. I gotta mute my mic for 1 second. Alright, now we can take a look at this. Flight distance 273 nautical miles. Time airborne 119.54. Flight time 134.03. Time on the ground 22.25. Average speed was 205.1 knots. Climb time 15.17. Cruise time 37 minutes 59 seconds. Average cruise speed 265.32 knots. Descent time 26 minutes 38 seconds. Landing speed 80.95 knots. Came down 159.23 feet a minute, which was nice. Landing pitch 3.06 degrees. Landing weight 7,041 pounds. Total fuel use 442, 118 on the climb, 210 on the cruise, using 332 because I kept that speed up during the cruise, 332 per hour. The descent you used 113 pounds. Ticket income, $647. Cargo income, we actually made more, $688. I used $210 for the fuel, paid $9 for airport taxes, $57 for the insurance cost. Real income of $1,059 times the 50 gave us $52,950. The fleet bonus are 5 aircraft running $104,953 or $903. Total sim income $157,853. Everyone thought we were perfect. Everything should be at 100%, so we increased 0.18% to 98.21. 230 points. You made a very nice landing, plus 50. Perfect flight, no problems, 150. And correct airport, 30. And no dings. Very nice. Very nice. Man, I bet that scenery, like if you came in on the ILS, man, I bet that scenery is just awesome over there. This here is more, where we came in, more desolate over here. I think technically we should have parked over there. But man, these small airports in the Caribbean, they've all got tons of planes. I love it. I wish mine were more like that. That tower's in the water. That's a little weird. Some of that looks like it could be in the water, although it's right on the coast. You can't really see. I bet that looks great, though. Like, I would love to do an FS5 if we had Kingston. Use that ILS on runway 12. Have all that great scenery. I bet that'd be awesome. Oh, there's another runway over here. Didn't even notice that one. Alright, I have no idea where we're going next. I'm thinking maybe San Juan. I'll have to look at the map again. But, yeah, that's going to be it for this episode, everybody. I hope you all did enjoy it. I'll catch you guys on the next flight.